Fox 22 News at 10.
A person is dead after severe storms swept through the area earlier today. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. The person died during the height of the storm that came through Penobscot County this afternoon. Penobscot County Sheriff Troy Morton says the victim was driving north on Route 15 in Corinth a little after 1 when tree limbs came crashing down on the car, with one going through the windshield. It struck the driver. They died at the scene. 2 children were also in the vehicle.
We did also have another motorist in the area that witnessed the crash, and the vehicle had continued northbound after being struck by the tree. The second motorist knew that the folks were in danger and was able to stop that car from continuing on.
Morton says one of the children was in the back in a car seat. That child was treated and released. The second child was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Morton says there were treacherous driving conditions at the time of the crash, and for the emergency crews that responded, they are not sure if the tree was struck by lightning or if the wind caused the limbs to fall. That investigation is ongoing. And those fast-moving storms swept across the entire region, bringing dangerous conditions and damage. As you can see from some of the pictures posted on social media, the storm brought down power lines in many areas. And on MDI, the storm wreaked havoc around the island, triggering a number of emergency responses. According to the Mount Desert Islander, a sailboat caught wind and capsized in Gilpatrick Cove. All aboard were pulled from the water safely. Early this afternoon, around 2:30, right after the storm came through Bangor, Central Maine Power was reporting more than 38,000 customers without power. Versant had close to 14,000, and those numbers have either not changed or they've gone up. As far as current outages, Central Maine Power's numbers currently reflecting that it has deployed crews to respond to nearly 40,000 outages. That was earlier today. It was looking more like 30 a moment ago. Those power outages caused by those severe storms, 5,000 customers or more already restored. Now take a look at those numbers that we've just put up on your screen. CMP still showing 29,000 outages roughly. Versant Power still showing almost 13,000 outages, so crews continuing to work through the evening to get power back on, but they have quite a lot of work ahead of them. It's always an important reminder, by the way, folks, to slow down when passing power crews on the road, and of course, stay away from any downed lines. And on that note, following today's weather, let's get a first look at our forecast and see what else is coming.
Tonight's first weather is brought to you by Tick and Mosquito Guard. We stop ticks and mosquitoes, now serving Washington, Hancock, and Penobscot counties. Call today for a free quote, 207-263-3421. Take a look at those temperatures out there today. Feeling very nice, a little bit of a break in the heat. We're back into the low to mid 70s and a few spots in those low to mid 80s. Very nice out there. We had some rain showers and thunderstorms make their way through earlier. Now we got a break before more rain showers and thunderstorms are on the way, not for tomorrow, but into our Saturday and Sunday, just in time for your weekend. But for tonight, temperatures will be falling into the upper 50s.
In other news tonight, authorities say the person injured in a camper explosion in Ellsworth earlier this week has passed away. The explosion and fire happened on Tuesday at about 3 p.m. at 253 North Street. The Department of Public Safety says the call came in for an explosion involving a bus that had been converted into a recreational vehicle. The RV was supplied by 2 25-pound propane cylinders located in a rear exterior compartment. They say the preliminary investigation determined the explosion originated in a cabinet beneath the propane range. Investigators believe the most likely ignition source was the electric compressor motor of a nearby refrigerator. The sole occupant of that recreational vehicle sustained serious burns and was transported to Northern Light Maine Coast Hospital. The Office of the State Fire Marshal says that occupant was 59-year-old Bruce Spencer of Ellsworth. He died as a result of his injuries. State leaders, policy experts, and advocates gathered for the 8th annual Opioid Response Summit in Bangor today. While state data shows Maine is on track for a fourth consecutive annual decrease in fatal overdoses, advocates say certain areas are not improving. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
Building hope, honoring progress, and inspiring change. That was the theme of the 8th Annual Opioid Response Summit.
In our most difficult moments, we turned despair into resolve.
Governor Janet Mills is urging Maine people to sustain the commitment to fighting substance use.
Well, I hope they continue the coalitions we've been building, the relationships we've made, and over time, the cabinet level response to the opioid epidemic.
In 2019, the governor signed an executive order to implement immediate responses to Maine's opioid epidemic. In 2024, Maine recorded its largest decrease in drug overdose deaths since 2018.
Recovery community centers, I believe there was 2, and now there is 1 in almost every county in Maine.
While state data shows Maine is on track for a 4th consecutive annual decrease in fatal overdoses, not all parts of Maine are seeing improvement.
These are people's brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, children, everything just dying on our streets.
Cities like Portland and Bangor have not seen an improvement in overdose mortality in the last 2 years.
I think in Portland and Bangor, it's housing. It's also the fact that the people that are probably most severely ill gravitate to the service centers.
With an election this November and continued threats to services and Maine Care funding, advocates say it's more important than ever to continue addressing the crisis.
So we're honoring all of that work while also looking forward to what comes next and ensuring that that work continues regardless of who is in the Blaine House.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
If they can't reform this agency, then it must be abolished. Those were the words said by Governor Janet Mills following today's opioid summit, where she talked with reporters about the fatal shooting by Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Biddeford Monday that killed 25-year-old Colombian native Johann Sebastian Duran Guerrero. Governor Mills is also questioning the Secure America Act signed by President Trump last month, specifically granting nearly $70 billion in funds for ICE and Customs and Border Patrol over the next 3 years.
I asked the Congress back in the spring, impose minimum training requirements, regulate the use of masks, make sure people identify themselves, all these things, and require them to have body cameras. If they can't reform this agency, then it needs to be abolished.
It's a stance she's upheld following her letter sent to Senators Angus King and Susan Collins and Representatives Golden and Pingree regarding the investigation. The Maine Attorney General's office says they're focused on a, quote, thorough, truth-seeking investigation with the federal agencies involved, end quote, and additional information, they say, will be shared when appropriate. And folks, we have much more ahead. Stay with us.
Blazing Trails, located in Lincoln, is your #1 trusted caregiver storefront. From personalized consultations to the highest quality product, Blazing Trails provides outstanding patient services to Eastern and Central Maine. Discover how we're blazing the trails to quality holistic medicine.
Got old metal and junk cars? Turn that clutter into cash at Daddy and Daughters. We make recycling easy, fast, and fair. From Skowhegan to Dover Foxcroft, from Troy to Lee, you can trust our certified scales and friendly service, offering top prices for junk vehicles in Maine. Whether you drop off or we pick up, Daddy and Daughters covers Central and Eastern Maine. Come see us at one of our 4 locations and watch your scrap pay off. Daddy and Daughters turn scrap into cash.
Critical investments are strengthening Maine, thanks to Senator Susan Collins. The biggest investment in our rural hospitals in decades. New investments for working waterfronts, like the breakwater in Eastport. Investments to help homeless veterans find housing. Investments for Maine to train new doctors and nurses. Thousands of investments, thanks to the power of Senator Susan Collins. Call Senator Collins and ask her to keep delivering for Maine.
For years, I've been telling you that all roads lead to Down East. I'd say you listened.
Down East Toyota is now the #1 Toyota dealer in Maine. And we didn't get here just by selling cars. We got here by taking care of them.
From our state-of-the-art body shop
to our own rental agency, we're here to serve you at every stage of the journey.
From the entire Down East team, thank you
for making us the #1 Toyota dealer in Maine.
one family, one dealership, one outstanding brand. All roads lead to Down East for your next Toyota.
Blazing Trails, located in Lincoln, is your #1 trusted caregiver storefront. From personalized consultations to the highest quality product, Blazing Trails provides outstanding patient services to Eastern and Central Maine. Discover how we're blazing the trails to quality holistic medicine.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
A historic Blue Hill property that once served as a recording studio for Noel Paul Stuckey of the 1960s folk group Peter, Paul and Mary is up for sale. Our Grace Blanchard sat down with Stuckey and the current owner to talk about its past and future.
I remember standing out on that concrete platform and singing, "The building block that was rejected became the cornerstone of a whole new world." And that's where the name New World came from, and that became the name of the recording studio.
Noel Paul Stuckey of the 1960s folk band Peter, Paul and Mary spent countless hours recording music in what has become known as the historic hen house in Blue Hill.
Tim Sample, the main comic, I edited and produced some of his work up here, and then and I did at least 3 or 4 albums of mine were done out of this studio with a group called the Bodyworks Band.
Stuckey purchased the abandoned chicken house in the early 1970s. It went on to house his recording studio, a radio station, animation studio, and more.
And this is the actual studio itself. And the control room was back here.
He says he was seeking refuge from the life of fame, and that's what drew him to Vacation Land.
Peter, Paul and Mary had an unusually quick rise to popularity in the 60s. And by the end of 1960, I just was desperate to find some solid footing again with my family.
He sold the property in the 1990s. It became a multi-unit apartment building and was sold again in 2016 to current owner Greg Bush. But now Bush says he is leaving Maine and has put the house on the market.
I tried to preserve as many artifacts like these, etc.
Bush says he is looking for a buyer that will reinvent the space to honor its historic presence of creativity.
I wish it would be some kind of writer or musician retreat, because I think this is a cultural asset of significance to Blue Hill. It has been and should come back that way.
Stuckey, who still resides in Blue Hill throughout much of the year, plans to share more of his accounts in an autobiography that is currently in the works.
I'll never drive by it without taking a deep breath of pride in that what began as a kind of a discarded piece of real estate became a center for an artistic community and continues to provide some worth to the community.
In Blue Hill, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Such a cool story there, and folks, now we'll send it to your full 5-day forecast.
Well, temperatures for today, very nice out there, back into the 70s and 80s. Very nice, very summer-like out there. Now for tomorrow, very, very similar story. Actually a bit cooler than today, and we will have a very similar story once again on Saturday. This is what we're looking at temperature-wise. For the next week, we are looking at temperatures right about average, or a little higher, a little lower, but still we're going to be right near average for the next week. It's going to finally feel like summer. We're not going to be dealing with a lot of heat. We're going to have a little bit of humidity through this weekend and then climbing once again later this week. However, it is still going to be very nice out there for a majority of the days for the next week. Now, we had some rain showers and thunderstorms make their way through earlier today, and we have more on the way coming for this weekend onto our Saturday and Sunday. Yep, just in time for any weekend plans. This is these showers and thunderstorms that came through earlier today, breaking the action before more showers and thunderstorms do make their way through. We do have a stationary front that is sitting just to our north. That is going to pull south and that is going to cause us to have some showers and thunderstorms. So we're looking at this. It's a slow-moving stationary front. So we're going to see some clouds tomorrow and some sunshine. It's going to be a dry day for tomorrow before we do get that chance for showers and thunderstorms making their way in on Saturday. Saturday afternoon, we're going to see some rain showers and thunderstorms. Some of these could bring locally heavy rainfall, and then we have more chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday or Saturday evening into our Sunday. So this is looking at our Saturday, rain showers and thunderstorms Saturday into Sunday, lingering through much of our Sunday. So unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a soggy weekend. However, don't cancel your weekend plans yet. There will be plenty of dry hours. For tonight, temperatures back into those mid-50s with partly cloudy skies. For tomorrow, another nice day out there. Partly cloudy skies, a bit windy out there for us. And then temperatures right near 80. Taking a look at your extended forecast. Partly cloudy for tomorrow. Temperatures right near 80. Low 80s for us on Saturday. However, we do have the chances for showers and thunderstorms. That will linger through Sunday with chances for showers and thunderstorms and pretty similar temperatures with our right near 80. Monday will be a nice day. Once again, temperatures in those lower 80s with partly cloudy skies and lots of sunshine. Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. And like I said, temperatures hanging out into those low 80s.
And we will be right back.
Jado Highlands Golf Course, nestled in the woods of Lincoln, just a short drive from Bangor or Holton. Designed for players of all abilities, Jado features everything a golfer desires. 18 fully irrigated holes, driving range, practice green, and a golf shop with instruction available. Jado maintains quality course conditions while proudly displaying some of the most scenic views in Maine. Challenge yourself to a round of golf surrounded by the beauty of Maine at Jado Highlands Golf Course.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Call the two. We win for you.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months or 750 customer cash in the purchase of a new 2026 Sportage.
When I was 29, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I think part of research and advocating for more money for cancer research allows survivors to have more time. Senator Collins supports and advocates for more funding for cancer research so that people can have better treatments, they can have better outcomes, and therefore they can live better lives as cancer survivors. Thank you, Senator Collins. Continue fighting for our families.
We're ready for baseball, and off we go.
Major League Baseball, all season long on Fox.
Welcome back in, folks. This weekend, the 36th annual Lobster Bowl will take place at Lewiston High School, and it'll be a special day for everyone, but especially John Bass and East head coach Dan O'Connell, who will get to coach his son for the first and final time since Pee Wee football.
Every one of these is special, and that's not just lip service.
For Maine high school football coaching legend Dan O'Connell, this week marks his 18th year involved with the Maine Shrine Lobster Bowl Classic. However, this year he serves as head coach, and to make it even sweeter, his son Matt is on the team.
Just having him behind us and having him as a role model and a coach has been very special.
For about 2/3 of those 18 years, Matt has been by Dan's side during Lobster Bowl week. At first, he was just a kid being a kid, but as he got older, he dreamt of the day he got the opportunity to suit up for the East squad.
Since I was yay high, 8 years old, I've wanted to play in the Lobster Bowl. I've watched YouTube videos. All the Bangor guys can attest to it. They've been like, Maddie, why are you watching all these videos? I was like, because I want to be there. And I finally hit my goal. And obviously, I'm not done playing football, but to play one more game for the cause and for this game would be very special.
Only 45 of the state's graduating seniors from each region make up the Lobster Bowl roster, which whittles it down to the best of the best. Dan says seeing his son set then achieve a goal is what means the most.
What I'm most proud of for Matthew is that when he first started coming here, he just thought it was a great week to just be on vacation and be around football. But as he got older, and especially once he couldn't come as much when he was in high school himself, it really meant something to him to be part of this. It was a goal of his.
As a father, you not only watch your son grow up, but also those friends who were by his side the whole way. And there's a handful Dan gets to coach this week.
Growing up, going to school with Maddie, obviously the other two that are here with us, Zach and Trey, I mean, you kind of grow into a special relationship. And then having Dan around, he's almost like a second father and a second coach, too.
Watching these kids grow up that I've known since the younger levels is an emotional thing. I'm not afraid to admit I've teared up 19 times this week, maybe more, doing it now. But the special thing about this game is that you get that way for all of them.
This has been a week 18 years in the making for the O'Connells, and they're embracing every moment with the 44 other honorary O'Connells up until Saturday night.
Regardless of the outcome, I won't want it to end on Saturday. It will have to, but it's already been that fulfilling prophecy I thought it would be, and so much more.
All right, Jack, thanks for that. We'll have coverage of that game for you this weekend. Folks, believe it or not, we are already halfway through the MLB season. The All-Star game has come and gone, and the Red Sox are looking ahead as they try and rebound this season. The first half of the season for Boston was a rather forgettable one. Most of the coaching staff, including Alex Cora, was fired, and on June 24th, they sat with a 32-46 record, which put them at the very bottom of the American League. But since then, the Sox have been on a roll. They have gone 14-3 to rally all the way back to nearly 500, which puts them just a half a game outside of the last American League wild card spot. And their run included a 9-game win streak and 3 road series sweeps. First baseman Wilson Contreras says the team remains confident in their chances to make the playoffs, and they're just trying to have fun with it.
We have confidence in ourselves, and that's one thing that I always tell the guys. Let's believe in each other, let's respect each other, and go there and have fun. Of course, we want to win, we want to play the perfect game, but the perfect game doesn't exist. You have to do the small things like we've been doing the last couple of series, last couple of weeks, and we want to be in a good spot.
That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust, we get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
It's a big, big deal. Summer is a big deal at Toyota.
It's the final days of Toyota's Big, Big Deal Summer Event, where you could get an affordable $189 a month lease on a designed-to-wow, fuel-sipping Corolla gas sedan with a $10,614 total contract cost. Summer's a big, big deal at Toyota, the longest-lasting brand with the best resale value. So see your New England Toyota dealer.
It's a big, big deal.
Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know Susan Collins was the deciding vote for Donald Trump's Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe v. Wade? And she voted to put more than 100 Trump judges on the bench. Because of Susan Collins, states are banning abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. And women are dying. And she's still standing by it.
I do not regret that vote.
Tell Susan Collins, stop voting for Trump's anti-choice judges.
Craving something delicious? Welcome to High Street Market, located at 167 Enfield Road in Lincoln. Breakfast options? Grab a cup of coffee and try one of our sandwiches or burritos. When breakfast is over, we're just getting started. Pizza, subs, burgers, and pastries. Come get lost in Danny's Beer Cave. Order online and save 10% off your first order. High Street Market, where your taste buds go to party.
Make your outdoor living space dreams come true with a little help from Granville Stone and Hearth. Granville can help you go from this to this. Outdoor fireplaces, custom outdoor kitchens, gorgeous stone patios, and more. You bring the dreams, we'll supply the materials to make it all real. Create your stunning outdoor oasis with help from the experts at Granville Stone and Hearth, Main Road, Holden.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust, we get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
You know Matt pretty well. Did he give you any advice?
He said that I should use 26 words or more.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. Fishing is one of the oldest commercial activities in New England, and experts with the University of Maine are working to ensure its future remains sustainable. Our Doug Banks has the story.
For the 14th year in a row, Maine harvested over $500 million in seafood.
We have about 7% of the coastline of the United States, and we produce 25% of the value in seafood.
On Wednesday, it was announced that a team at the University of Maine has joined a slew of fellow institutions to build a sustainable and technologically advanced New England seafood economy. According to UMaine oceanography professor Damian Brady, one of the many ways they'll conduct their research is by deploying more than a dozen low-cost water quality sensors that will report various data in real time.
The point of this project is to bring technological innovations, whether it's robotics, AI, low-cost sensing to this industry to help expand its production and its value.
Their project is one of 12 regional innovation engines.
And the only one that's dealing with seafood, aquaculture, and fisheries.
It's funded by the U.S. National Science Foundation for $15 million over the next 2 years.
It's possible this becomes $160 million over 10 years. In Maine, we lead the country in landing lobsters. It's 90% of the landed value in the state. But we have 5,000 license holders, and they all have 800 trap limits. That means there's millions of opportunities. If you think of every one of these traps could be an observing platform to understand the water quality in the Gulf of Maine and how it's changing. We have hundreds and hundreds to even millions of nodes in a network where fishermen could be collecting the data that directly improves their outcomes.
Brady says they aim to have the project up and running within the next couple of months. Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And here's hoping the project and the technology involved yields great dividends for our fishermen. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at Fox 22 News, take care and have a great rest of your night. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC 7, right now for ABC 7 News at 11.
Ike Barinholtz guest hosts a new Jimmy Kimmel Live with Justin Theroux and Alan and John Barinholtz tonight on
This is ABC 7 News at 11.
A person is dead after